Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. Today we'll be taking a look at every single key comic from Silver Surfer Volume 3. Now this series ran from July 1987 through November 1998, 146 issues over 11 years. Now there have been 18 keys identified. Some of these have already risen in great significance and value over the past decade due to the inclusion of some of these characters and storylines being featured in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, specifically the Guardians of the Galaxy feature films and Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Now Marvel and Disney now own the cinematic rights to Silver Surfer, so you can definitely expect to see some of these characters in future films, and you can surely expect to see a Silver Surfer feature film in the near future. So even though some of these are affordable in today's market, don't expect them to stay that way, depending upon what Disney or Marvel do with these particular characters. So all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look. We have 18 keys here. We're going to explain each one, why they're keys, and which ones we think you should add to your collection. We have 18. Let's go ahead and get started with our first book. Here we have Silver Surfer issue number 1. This is the premiere issue of this particular volume, Volume 3. This came out in July 1987. Now this book was heavily collected and kept nice over the years, so to find one of these in high grade should not be very difficult, and you should be able to pick one of these up relatively affordably still in today's market. There are quite a few of these out there in high grade, so to find one high grade should not be hard or expensive. But these have been rising in value over the past few years, so pick this one up sooner rather than later if you are picking up the keys for this particular series. Next up, we have issue number 4. Now this features the first appearance of the Astronomer, an Elder of the Universe. Currently, this is a minor key, but like I said before, depending upon what Marvel or Disney do with these characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this may be an important character in the future. This might be worth speccing on. In today's market, this is very affordable and high grade. You should be able to pick this one up for not much money. But like I said, this may be an important character in the future. We won't know, but might be worth picking this one up. Otherwise, you can still consider this one here a minor key. Our third key. Now this is issue number 13. This is the first appearance of Sybil, a Skrull. Now, the Skrulls became a lot more important after the Captain Marvel feature film a few years ago. Before that, the Skrulls in comics were not terribly important as keys, but this one here, whenever you have a Skrull identified by name, this one here may be important going forward. It all depends what they do with this character in the MCU or what they do with her in storylines, but this is the first appearance of Sybil, a Skrull, in the Silver Surfer series. The next key is issue number 34. Now this here is the resurrection of Thanos. Now this here is an important key. This one here is going to cost you in today's market in high grade. The next 5 or 6 keys are going to be the ones that were featured in the Marvel Cinematic Universe through the Guardians of the Galaxy or the Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. So the next block of comics here that we show you are going to be higher in price today than they would have been 5 or 6 years ago before those feature films rose some of these characters or events into significance. Now this is a resurrection of Thanos. Expect to pay up for this one here. Very important key, definitely worth picking up. This here is an important key to own. Grab this one here for your collection if you can. Like I said, it's already risen in value, but probably not as high as it's going to go, so maybe worth picking up today. And this is issue number 35. This is the reintroduction of Thanos and Drax the Destroyer. Once again, this is much more important now than it would have been 10 years ago due to the inclusion of these characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy feature films and the Avengers feature films. So this is one we do think you should pick up. Not too bad in today's market. You should be able to get one of these in high grade for not much money. Not as costly as issue number 34, and definitely not going to be as costly as the next key we're going to show you guys. So this one here, in our opinion, is worth picking up. It's maybe a minor key, not as important as 34 or 44, but definitely worth picking up in our opinion. And here you have issue number 44. Now this here is the major key for this particular run. This is the first appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet. If you've seen any of the MCU, we probably don't have to explain the importance of the Infinity Gauntlet to you. This one here is going to cost you in high grade. Expect to pay up for this one. This is the key to the entire series. So this one here, definitely worth owning. It's already had a significant jump due to the importance of the Infinity Gauntlet through the whole decade of Marvel feature films. This one here, definitely worth picking up if you can find one in high grade and an affordable price. Next we have issue number 46. Let's put some of these down over here. Here we have issue number 46. This is the reintroduction of Adam Warlock, Gamora, and Pip the Troll in the Soul World, located inside the Soul Gem. Now this one here has also had some significant price increase in the past decade due to the importance of Gamora and the Soul Gem. If for some reason you haven't seen the MCU or Endgame or Infinity War, we won't give you any spoilers, but Gamora and the Soul Gem are very important. This one here has risen in value over the past decade or so, so this one here, definitely worth picking up. It's going to cost you in high grade though. Not as bad as issue number 44 we just showed you, but definitely important in this particular storyline and in the Silver Surfer series. And in the Marvel Universe in general. Next we have issue number 50. Now this here is the first foil embossed comic cover. There are printing errors in this where the foil doesn't print all the way on the cover, so some of the foil printing errors are worth more money. This one here was definitely highly collected and kept nice over the years, so to find a high grade 9/8 of this is not going to cost you much money, and it's going to be very easy to find. Like I said, a foil embossed comic, a 50th anniversary comic like this, was heavily bought and heavily collected. So to find one in high grade should not be difficult. This is one, though, in our opinion, is worth owning. It is the first foil embossed comic cover, and it is a 50th anniversary. Don't pay a lot for it, though, because there are a lot of them out there. Next, we have issue number 63. Now, this is the first cameo appearance of the Silver Surfer's Dark Half. Now, this storyline has come up again in recent years, so this may be important. This may be worth actually specking on in the future, depending upon what Marvel does with the Silver Surfer feature films. Like we said before, this could be a very important comic going forward. Today's market, not much money. So you could pick one of these up in high grade for not much, maybe worth specking on and picking this one here up. It all depends what they do with Silver Surfer's Dark Half. Issue number 69. Now this here is an important comic and a little undervalued in our opinion. This is the first cameo appearance of Morg the Executioner. Now he was a herald of Galactus who enhanced his powers, making him more powerful than the Silver Surfer. So this here is an important book in our opinion, one that is undervalued in today's market. This is the first cameo appearance of Morg the Executioner. A lot of times people like the first full appearances, but the first cameo is also important as well. We think you could pick this one up in today's market in high grade for not much money, and it's definitely worth doing so. Like we said, they're going to start including these characters from the Silver Surfer universe in the MCU. This may be one they include. He is a little bit all-powerful, so I don't know if they can include him, because he'll definitely defeat all his rivals, or all the heroes that come after him. So he may be hard to include, but definitely an important character to own. First cameo appearance. Next, of course, is issue number 70. This is the first full appearance of Morg the Executioner. Like we mentioned before, undervalued in today's market, still very affordable and high grade, but definitely worth picking up. This is the first full appearance of Morg the Executioner. Issue number 72, another very important book in today's market, probably wouldn't have been 8 years ago. This is the first appearance of Nebula as a cyborg. This is similar to how she appears in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is how most people are going to know her, as Nebula the Cyborg. So this one here has jumped in value a little bit over the past 4 or 5 years, but still very affordable and high grade. This is one we think is definitely worth picking up. Nebula as a cyborg is going to be how people remember her that have grown up in this particular era watching these films. So this one here is important going forward in our opinion. I think this one here is worth adding to your collection. Next up, we have issue number 75. Now this features the death of Nova Frankie Ray, a herald of Galactus. This is the 75th anniversary edition, and it's also an embossed holofoil cover. Now this one here, once again, it is an anniversary edition, holofoil embossed cover, highly collected, kept nice over the years. There are going to be a lot of these in high grade out there. It may be worth adding. This is a death issue, so we all know how the death of characters in Marvel comics go. So this one may be worth adding. It is a 75th anniversary edition. It's more of a minor key though, so you could probably pick up some of these other ones. They might be more important than this one here. Issue number 81. Now this is the first cameo appearance of Tyrant. Now he is rumored to be introduced into the MCU, so this one here has jumped in price. If he is brought into the MCU, definitely expect this book to run even higher. This is one we definitely think you should pick up. This is the first cameo appearance of Tyrant. Let's trade off some of these books here. Now here we have issue number 82. This is the first full appearance and cover appearance of Tyrant. This is still a little undervalued. It's still a little bit more affordable than the one we just showed you, even though that was the first cameo appearance, and this is the first full appearance. This is one you can still find in high grade, relatively cheaply, and on the market. The supply is out there, so definitely pick this one up sooner rather than later. If they do introduce Tyrant into the MCU, you can expect this one here to jump. This is his first full appearance and the first cover appearance. Issue number 117. This is the first appearance of the Black Body Surfer, also referred to as the Black Surfer. Now this character has risen in prominence over the past year or so, and this is very undervalued in today's market. In high grade, you can expect to find these for not much money. This is one we think is definitely worth picking up. They are going to bring the Silver Surfer into the MCU. He's going to have his own feature film. The Black Body Surfer or the Black Surfer may be an important character. It's worth specking on in our opinion. This one here, definitely add this one to your collection. Now, issue 128. Now, this is cover art by Ron Garney. This is one of the keys for Silver Surfer and has been rising in value over the past few years. You expect to pay a little bit more for this one than some of the other keys. This one here is very highly collected. Comic collectors love the Ron Garney cover. So this one here, an important key to pick up just for the cover art and the arts involved. Not so many key characters or events in this particular issue, but for the cover art alone, it is a key. And now the final key for the series. Issue number 146. Now this is the final issue for this particular series, released in November 1998. Copies ordered by retailers is only 25,551. Very low print run for this final issue. To find these nice and high grade is going to be very tough. This one here is going to cost you, so expect to pay up if you want to add this one here to your collection in high grade. So there you have all the 18 keys for Silver Surfer Volume 3. Please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.